Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Four Letter Nerd, a High Geek Geeks Unlimited something or other. This is why I don't host, so we're starting off really strong. I hope this finds you doing well, thriving, surviving Thanksgiving, and heading into the other festivities that are usually around this time of year. Today we're just going to be kind of shooting the shit and hope you stick around and join us for it. So without further ado, let me bring in the boys. I'm just going to have you both come in at the same time because I don't want to do that flippy floppy thing. So whoever gets here first gets to go first. So three, two, one. Damn it, the whole point.
See, this is a problem when we both have the button and we both think the same thing at the same time. I just have to do it a little.
I thought you were gonna be gentlemanly.
That was last time, sir. That was not this time. That was last time.
So I think it goes without saying that Reginald came in first. But my favorite part of the show so far is a Hierarchy Geeks or something or whatever we're talking about.
It was a Hierarchy Geeks Unlimited, and then I was like, wait, is it production?
Or something.
That's why I gave the applause.
Can we get that on a shirt, please? Hierarchy Geeks Unlimited something.
Something or another.
First of all, that's fair. How are my favorite gentlemen doing? First, I do want to say Bergie is not feeling great right now, so won't be on tonight.
He's being an old man yet again.
Always. But this is why it's just so important that you take care of yourself because we need you with us. So hoping that he is
I thought it was going to be slender
tonight, or as much as he possibly can be, and that his health issues are resolved quickly, so that he can.
So I want to piggyback off of that. It's a holiday season. First of all, definitely make sure that you are, going for your checkups and everything. Make sure that you're doing well. Take time, especially during this holiday season, to take care of yourself. I know we're in the culture of giving. Generally, the more expensive the gift, or however heartfelt it may be, the better. Don't be afraid to give money. People are struggling with bills. Before, when I was growing up, giving $20, $50, unless you were a kid, was like, oh my God, that's so thoughtless. And da-da-da. Give me a crisp 20. These bills, this gas for this car, 50 goes a long way.
Well, and knowing that people are struggling financially, the biggest gift that you can give is your presence in someone's life.
I assume everybody's struggling. You know what I'm saying? Unless I see you in a Maybach that's like flying across.
I want to say like 6 or 7 years ago, after a very heartfelt conversation with my kids, we decided that we were going to do. We're not doing gifts anymore. We don't ask for gifts. We don't give gifts. Because I am definitely one of those people that if I see something that reminds me of you, or that I think that you would enjoy, and it's in my power to get it at that moment, I do it. So like and this is no shade to anyone that gets all into Christmas, but like I don't need that holiday.
Yeah.
Where now you're having all this pressure of having to buy for, if you have a large family or friend group or what have you, like it really starts to pile up, especially once families start to expand and people have kids and their kids have kids and they have significant others, and and with the price of everything consistently increasing and unemployment and just life in general, they don't feel like you have to if you just can't, because I promise you, the greatest gift anyone has ever given me is not something tangible,
Fair enough.
Is it when they sat down and watched all 3 extended versions with you at one time? Is that what it is?
I used to do marathons for people that didn't have anywhere to go. I stopped doing it once COVID hit and just haven't gotten back into the swing of doing it. I hope to start doing things like that. I used to have a Hobbit day too, but that to me is like everybody bring a plate or a board game or a deck of cards or just yourself and come over. And my house is in a mansion and the couch is ripping in some places, but it's comfortable and you'll be well fed. And if I know that you can't have gluten, then I'll make sure that you have something fun non-gluten to eat, not just a salad. But like that to me means more than anything that you can purchase anywhere. So if you have the means and it's in your heart and you love to do that kind of thing, then by all means do it. And like he said, don't feel like you have to go all out for it. But if you can't, that's okay too. Don't feel pressured into trying to spend money you don't have for a made up day anyway.
The last thing I'll say is, it's the holiday season. I'm gonna make a mental note that every start of the episode, I'm gonna start giving people numbers and such to call. So if you feel like you're not in the holiday spirit, however that may be for you, you can call these numbers, because trust and believe you are enough. I've been noticing a lot more people who aren't feeling, I'll say, festive spirit. I'm trying to stay away from negative words. It always happens around the holidays. So, obviously you can't call me because I'm too busy with this 3-year-old who's out here eating macaroni and cheese. Please eat the food. Thank you. But somebody out there would want to hear from you, and somebody wants to reconnect with you and make sure that you are okay and that you are enough and that you don't have to be defined by your presence per se. Personality is always a great thing, and also the gifts that you have to bring, So this is always a good time to remember that, you're not alone. You know what I'm saying? There are other people here for you. And we have this platform to do a lot of things. And I want to use this platform in my time to remind you of that. That's it.
I did post previously a list of phone numbers for people to call on my personal Facebook page. I will happily put that up in the comments. Yeah, I'm down for that. Put that in the comments, or put it in, I think, for us to post on the 4-Letter Nerd page. It's got numbers for suicide, domestic violence, suicide, and anything that you can think of, LGBTQ support, just lots of toll-free numbers, and also if they have a text equivalent, that as well, so that you can get in contact, because people don't always have the spoons for each other, but there are designated places that you can go to for help, and I hope that you take that up if you need it. But enough of that somber stuff. Today, like I said, we don't really have like a full-on format going on. We're all going to be talking about random things.
Yes.
I decided to do like past, present, future. So something from the past year, something that I'm currently doing, and something that I'm looking forward to in the future. I have no idea what these two fine gentlemen
have We're going to add on to
table. But I'm going to...
Bless you.
Please, thank you. And then I'm going to flip this fidget pumpkin keychain to see which one of you goes first. So the dark side, I'm going to go with Reggie Bold, so that's Mayhem. And then the light side is Mayhem Light, so that's Reggie. First, because that's how we do things here. The scientific.
I'm changing my name back to Reggie Bold because that is such a classic rename. I'm sorry.
Okay, so we got Mayhem Light. So that means Reggie, you go first.
Yay!
What are we talking about today with you?
All right, so I'm gonna talk about two categories today. One is one that happened about a week or so ago, 2 weeks ago. And let me tell you what, it was something that had me in the grips for the longest time. We're about to get a little incepted here because, controls. But one thing that got me through the last 2 weeks is just the music of this man right here with this album, disc 1 of this album. Dear Lord, disc 1 of this album, GNX.
Mustard.
Exactly. Dude, for the last 2 weeks, I've just been seeing Mustard memes and videos everywhere, and I love all of it. If I could play it for you, I so would. And let me just tell you, Drake just needs to just stop and nod and just go away. And Lil Wayne needs to just stop whining and just nod. Like,
not Lil Wayne.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Lil Wayne, because Lil Wayne, for some odd reason, is focused on Kendrick getting the Super Bowl in LA as though it was Kendrick's fault and not the NFL group that decides who's going to play. That, yes, Jay-Z is a part of, but doesn't have the last say in.
What happened?
And everyone's just blaming Kendrick for getting it. And he's got to say, and he literally says, like, hey, look, I'm just doing my work, and I did my hard work, and it got me where I am. And he didn't throw shade, but he did. He literally said, apparently my hard work has upset Lil Wayne. And that's what and he's like, I'm sorry, I guess. I worked hard and I got something for it. And you feel you should have gotten it, and it didn't go to you. I'm sorry about that. And most logical people are saying, have you seen the last 3 Lil Wayne concerts? Because, yeah, those weren't good at all. At all. So literally just go watch any video of Lil Wayne's performances, his last 3 shows, and it's not Lil Wayne from 10, 15 years ago that Lil Wayne, put him up there in front of people. It's not good.
I just think it's funny that Drake was suing, not saying that it was a lie or that any of those lyrics were untrue, but he's suing because he's mad that they were promoting the song in his life.
Allegedly.
Listen, if I could just add on to this,
that's comical.
Well, he lost pretty badly. First of all, the way he lost is the same way he beat Meek Mill. He took Meek Mill very seriously. Meek Mill didn't take him seriously, and vice versa with Ken and Kendrick. And then Kendrick's out here making memes of songs that people love. Right now we have Mustard on Turn the TV Off. I forgot which track that is. Maybe
that is the track. Turn the TV off.
No. I forgot what number it is. 5, 6,
that
whatever.
One is number 5.
Number 5. And then previously he Not Like Us. They Not Like Us. That was a big banger everywhere. While I will
all over the world, they had stadiums in other countries playing the song.
I mean, it makes sense. You could just take the words and apply it to yourself, And then I think he may be right in that maybe they were pushing They Not Like Us onto everybody because that's how the music industry works behind the scenes.
But that's also how Drake got ahead. He's complaining about what he used to get his music ahead of everyone else's when it was applied against him.
Listen, all I'm saying is he's a jerk. He's been a jerk for a long time, and he got put in his place. Him suing, I'm not really worried about that. I'm worried about how he got handled, lyrically. And it was bad. Bodied. Yeah. Body. He literally got ratioed.
Look at this, 2 weeks, and all of these songs have millions of views. And of course, Turn the TV Off. 11 million views in 2 weeks.
That's the one where he goes Mustard.
Yes. And this was an unannounced, just showed up Friday before Thanksgiving. Hey, Kendrick dropped. That's all I heard. And that's all I listened to for like 2 days.
Did he drop something else? I know there was supposedly another.
No, not yet.
Can you scroll down for a minute? So, like you said, 11 million views in 12 days, and Not Like Us, 184 million views.
That's the music video.
5 months.
Oh God,
I know, but like
the non-music video is right there.
184 million.
Yes, that's just the music video. That's not the actual song itself.
Yeah, the song itself is 100
on different platform streams and whatnot.
So yeah, this is just YouTube.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, look at the numbers that he does just in general.
Yeah, no, agreed. Just to add on to Lil Wayne, I think Lil Wayne is washed up. I agree that he has some lyrics that definitely, like, his features are definitely still on point to an extent. Sometimes I feel them, sometimes I'm not, but I have to admit that they're still good. The problem is, one, he doesn't know how to give a performance. I don't know what drug he's on, or if he's not on drugs, or if he doesn't care, or whatever. And then two, although he is kind of relevant, he hasn't been super relevant or his stardom status since the Carter 3. It's been a downward slope. So he needs to put out an album that's amazing. And, here it is. You got Kendrick Lamar. Here you go, baby. Kendrick Lamar, who idolizes Lil Wayne. He said that. He idolizes Wayne. He listened to Jeezy. And then he's just like, yo. I don't know what happened. So, he was idolizing Jeezy, and then obviously the NFL, chose Kendrick over Lil Wayne, and you shouldn't come after Kendrick for that. You know what I'm saying? So grow up, Lil Wayne. Just grow up. Kendrick is living free in his home. Yeah, 100. Listen, Kendrick is doing his thing. Let's be real. Kendrick is doing his thing. Has definitely bypassed, if you want to call him backpack conscious rap, he's bypassed any other successful conscious rapper. You got Yasin Bey, conscious. I'm forgetting so many.
Common,
yeah, Jay Electro, yeah. And he's able, to do both. So I understand why you, Reggie, and everybody else have been playing GNX so much. I played it 3 times and I was like, all right, I'm good. I have been honestly listening to female rappers. Lotto, Monaleo, Glorilla. Oh my God.
There was a day the wife was just doing that all day. It was so hilarious. She got so mad at herself. She's like, I can't stop doing it.
Well, I mean, they made it into a whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so Monaleo, Lotto, these are some rappers you can look up. Monaleo just released Throwing Bows. You have Megan Thee Stallion and Doechii. There you go. Lotto, Monaleo, Doechii, Megan Thee Stallion, Glorilla. These are the top 5 right now. I listen to Alligator Bites Don't Heal. Doechii, I don't think she should have rushed it. Personally, a lot of people going crazy, like, yeah, lyrically, she's the Kendrick Lamar. I can hear West Coast influence at the beginning of the tracks. There's a lot. I would love to do a rap album review, but I don't think she should have rushed it. I think that could have been a classic album if she took more time with it. But it doesn't seem like it was a passion project. You want to come down? Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, I have to put my princess down. 1 second.
All right, so Kendrick Lamar. I know you had more.
Yes. Bye. And then next up is to the anime that I just love and I look forward to. The first one is my number one for this current season. And if you haven't watched it or read the manga, you are missing out. Thank you, my love.
Sorry about that. 3 years old. She can't come down. She can and she can't certain places.
Reggie was just telling us about an anime that he's really enjoying right now.
So this is my number one of this season. And if you're not watching it or reading the manga, you need to. Because the opening is a banger by a group that apparently doesn't know how to miss when it comes to anime opening songs.
Dan?
So if you know the bing bong bong bing bong bong bing bong bong bay, if you know that one, it's the same group. And it's a banger. And if you haven't been watching this, you need to.
Show the pig.
Dun 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 dun. Oh my! I wish I could play this song for you because it is so good.
We would get so strong. YouTube, whoever, like right now, I Red for Battle, who's on YouTube right now watching with us. What's up, man? We would easily get shut down. You'd be like, "What happened to the stream?" We got like maybe 15 seconds, if that much. As soon as we hit 15 and 0.1, shut.
Just done.
Did you tell them where you can find it on?
Yes, you can find it on Crunchyroll and Netflix. Choose whichever one is the lesser evil for you, for the evil companies that they are. But watch it because it is so good. This is the main character. This is Okarun, also known as Kentaro. He's the main character, and he is a UFO fiend. And he's one of the, of course,
I like to say he's an advocate for UFOs and aliens. Okay.
All right. He's an advocate for UFO and aliens being real. And he's currently in high school. Well, yeah, you're not going to hear me argue that. But he's in high school and he's one of the lonely guys to where no one talks to him because they look at him as the weird kid. And he's always nose deep in his UFO books. And one day he overhears another person talking about how ghosts are real. And he's like, ghosts aren't real. Turns out that's the second main character. That's Momo. And they get into an argument about which is real and which isn't. Because she is literally a spirit medium. So she knows ghosts are real. Mm-hmm. And he's like, look, this is all this proof that aliens are real. And they're like, no, I don't believe you. What you're saying is stupid. It's dumb. I don't believe you. Well, go here and it'll prove it to you. And they both have these places that are high value places for either spirits or aliens. Mm-hmm. And they basically go by themselves, which is never a good idea in anime, to these places and find out they are both correct. Well, turns out that our boy Okarun gets sort of gets possessed and also gets some important things stolen from him. And they have to go get them back because
his balls.
He can't have a family with it was all of it. He literally says in the episode, I'm like a Ken doll down there.
Oh my God.
Yeah. This is the good but bad part about this show. the whole show is about him getting his family jewels back from in one form or another because he keeps losing them. But he does get a cool special ability after, getting possessed and unpossessed by one of the spirits who we'll talk about later. And that gives him this really dope, super fast form. But it changes his personality to where he literally becomes like Shikimaru. Everything is a bother. He does not want to be there. But he's still going to do it. Yes, like Cat. Every time he walks, first thing he says.
That's exactly what I say too. Hi, Jordy.
Hi, Jordy.
Hello.
Hi. How are you?
Good.
Yeah. Hey, she's got to go now.
And she's done.
Yeah, she said, okay. I'm sorry about that. She wanted to say hi, and then she was done. I'm sorry.
That
achievement unlocked.
There you go. And I'm not going to go too much into it, just the overallness of the show, but he gets this really cool form, and it's badass when he gets it and how he gets it. Then up next is our female lead, that is Momokun. She is a spirit medium who gets her powers unlocked after being kidnapped by aliens that she did not believe in.
You know what I love about this show? This show and really other good shows always kind of have a hint of like parental advisory in a sense where things might go left and you may not expect it to. But then also, you look at Momo. Momo has been taught all these things about being a spiritual medium by the next person you're probably going to introduce.
I did not bring her up because I was leaving her as, go watch the show and find out about Granny.
So, Granny. But like a lot of us, we listen to our parents to an extent, but we didn't necessarily take heed. It's like, all right, you're talking that stuff. And I love when it reflects real life.
Yes.
The next episode is coming out next Thursday, December 5th, and I cannot wait. This is is it every 2 weeks now?
No, it's every week.
So this is my every
Thursday.
Okay, so this is my every week fix. I went from Agatha all along to Penguin to this. At some point, I'm gonna have to deal with the real world. Go ahead.
Nah, that's overrated. That's overrated. So her powers are she's a spiritual medium, and her special power is she's got spiritual hands that can grab onto physical things, people, and spirits and spiritual energy, and then she can then manipulate it. And it is so cool watching her learn to use her powers along with Okarun learning to use his powers. And it's just a great show.
I hate to interrupt you really quickly, but the last episode with the Loch Ness monster kind of thing, and she kind of propelled him forward, that didn't seem sexual.
It was. What are you talking?
Okay.
I'm sorry, not even half. 3/4 of the show is sexual innuendo. That's all there is to
it. Looked like you were putting on a protective piece on your member.
Look,
before engaging in a sexual act.
Did you not see how the episode ended? As soon as they got out, that was the first thing I thought. I'm like, wait, they're still where they are.
But before they fought the beast, you know how she stroked? Yeah, okay. Yeah. That was all right, cool.
Yeah, that was all innuendo.
I can't wait till we do but let me cook. The Let Me Cook episode again. Hear me out. Actually, it's called.
No. And so the bad guys, the main ones, the main one is this one, Turbo Granny. In her at her heart, she's there for a good reason, but then she got perverted. Because originally she was there because of the unhappy spirits of all the girls that had something bad happen to them. That's why she showed up. Then she stayed around too long, and she got dirty, and she's the reason why the family jewels go missing. And the first time you see her, the first words out of her mouth, that's one of those things where you introduce your friends to anime. That's the thing that they walk into, is when she says stuff like that.
Also, if you are new to anime and you judge people, we understand. But don't.
We do.
No,
that's fair.
Like watching anime is like me saying, "Hey, Kat, this is my favorite movie," and you try not to judge me for it, but you understand where I'm coming from. Or even food, you know what I'm saying? It's preferential. So good luck, everybody.
It is. And then the secondary enemies, because it's like, there's an undercurrent of Ultraman in the show to where it's Monster of the Week. One of the other recurring monsters of the week are the Praetorians, and yeah.
Oh my god!
Yes, it's just like that. It is just like
you know what?
That.
I'm just gonna. that's the aliens. That's what they look like, and I'm just gonna leave it there.
People who don't like the patriarchy are punching the air right now.
Yeah,
I feel like I've known men like that. Anyway,
have.
And thank you very much for that very phallic representation of your interests, Reggie.
Yeah.
She's saying next. That's what she's saying.
Next. All right, up next, we got Shangri-La Frontier. This is a play on how Sword Art Online works, is where you deep dive into VR. And the gist of it is this is the main character, and he plays what they call trash games, to where in VR they don't work right, but in them not working right, you find workarounds to make the game awesome and playable. And he's been doing that for the last 5 years of his life. And then this is the biggest game. It's the SAO knockoff. It's called crap. I forgot the name of it.
I forgot.
Shangri-La Frontier. SLF. And it's a sword and sorcery game. And it's all about your choices. Literally in the game, it's all about your choices, because anything you do could branch off into a story or a quest that no one else has done.
So it's like a choose your own adventure.
Yes, it is truly a choose your own adventure. And the reason he looks like this is because he got into a fight with a super random special boss, and wherever it attacks you, you cannot equip armor. And so it got his arms, torso, and his lower legs. So all he can wear are shorts and the bird helmet or bird mask.
Sam is like chomping at the bit to say something.
It's not his fault technically. It's not his fashion choices. It's all he can wear. Wherever the scars are, he cannot wear armor.
Listen, I think Reggie, you did a great job, but that's not what happens. This is what happens. This anime is much like every other VR gaming, right? And then you live in your real life, but the problem is they made it so goddamn hard for you to advance, and then they have the nerve. The developers have the nerve inside the anime to create this storyline that they're trying to figure out, and it brings him, a guy who likes to play trash games, and which we all do. We've all have games that are trash that we enjoy playing. It's in the roster. I'm pretty sure if we were to go through it, he has a friend that he's used to doing that with, and then he has another kind of frenemy. The one in purple hair, she's a player killer. She's the one that rolls you over when you just like, yeah, I'm a level 100, and this person's level 100, but for some reason you fight like 1,000, like a level 1,000. Let me tell you what this is. Really.
So they've stacked their powers. Got it.
Yeah.
This is a great anime story with people who forget about their life. Forget the fact that his family is dysfunctionally functional.
Oh my God, are they dysfunctional?
It's crazy. But this is a really good show. I watch it as well. It's dope. Did they come out with new episodes? Because I may have to catch up after Jody goes.
I think it's today. I think it's today. Actually, you know what? We might get hit for this, but let's go take a look. What's coming up?
No, don't do it.
It's not today. I think that one's on Sunday or Monday.
Okay.
But
don't get us in trouble.
It was a quick glimpse. We're okay. It's fine.
Okay.
All right, so that's that one in. My last one I want to talk about is, if you like Sword Art Online, the first season,
yes,
not the second season or the second arc, not those, that doesn't count. The first season, watch this one, because this is the main spinoff, and it is so good. It is Gun Gale Online.
Yes.
This is a VR MMO about shooting guns at each other and monsters, and I would play the hell out of this game. It is so good. Basically, these are your two main characters, and her favorite weapon is a P90, and she loves to use grenade launchers, and it's all about PvE and PvP online.
Please explain that to the people that don't know.
Yeah, PvE is player versus environment, and PvP is player versus player. So you can engage in fighting monsters and doing quests. You can also kill each other and steal each other's loot. And in this game, the guns cost lots of money in game.
Give me
lots. So you really don't want to lose them when you're in a fight. So stealing someone else's gun is a huge slap in the face. But it's about the adventures of these two, and then the first team event that they set up for the game, which is called the Gun Gale Online Squad Jam. And so this is squads of 2 or more getting together to see who is the number one squad in the game. And so this follows this team of 2, which then becomes a team of 4. and it's them versus every other squad, and it could be a squad of 2, 3, and there's one squad, the Amazons, that is up to 6, 7. There's 7 of them, and man, are they tough. And then there's this squad of 2, the frenemy squad, because I can't. This is Pito. I can't tell you much about her because you got to get her story from the anime. I don't want to give it away. She's not right in the head. This is her back. The guy that guards her back, and he just goes along with what she does, even though it's as crazy as all get out. And this is the best sniper in the game. She is crazy good and amazing. And this is one of the better teams in the game who used to be friends with her until she turned on him, because frenemy number 1. And Gun Gale number 1, of course, the main character won. And then we go through for Gun Gale number 2. This is where season 1 ends, is at the end of Squad Gem number 2. And this is where these were all the top squads. And oh my God, bro, they just go all out in this one. And they don't even win. They don't even get first. They're in the top 3. I'll just say that. And they're top, because the way it goes down, man, that last fight was crazy in Squad Jam number 2. And then it's currently on season 2, and they're all about Squad Jam number 3, which just ended. And as you can see, the frenemies are on a team, but also not. That's all I'm going to say. Watch it. It's good. Go watch
All
Gun
right.
Gale online.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That was a lot. a lot of exposition.
I know. I tried to reel myself in because I know I can talk. So I let myself not
Well,
talk.
who are you looking at with that?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at.
It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me. Listen, to be fair.
What, did I miss something?
Yes.
Are there
Reggie,
shenanigans happening behind the scenes?
Reggie has
a tendency to go
expositionals where he goes on an adventure and he takes everybody with him. Remember the Toys R Us story with the bike? Yes. Okay. Everybody remembers that.
I appreciated all the exposition. Did I retain more than 30%? No, but I appreciate it nonetheless. So I think I'm going to insert myself in here now because I know that I can get through my list quick so that Mayhem can bring it home for us. Like I said earlier in my intro, mine is kind of a past, present, and future of this year because, you know, I get into these like hyper fixations and you're going to see in my choices. So I would like to start with my past. And this just shows how random my brain is. So as anyone who has Spotify, now is the time where you get your Wrapped for the year. And I am not at all surprised at the list of artists that they had as my top 5 artists. So these are the artists that I've listened to the most over the last year. But the reason why they're on my top 5, and it's embarrassing, but like that I am who I am, and I don't hide who that is.
No judgments.
You want to? It's like we listen and we don't judge. Is that
we listen?
Like we listen and we don't judge. So if you want to put my top 5 artists up there, I'm just going to briefly explain how my brain is. I hyperfixate. So if a song comes out and for some reason I connect with it at any level, especially if I start to form a story in my head, I will literally have that song on repeat for days, not hours, but days. Now, this all comes down to me growing up in a house that I still to this day believe was haunted. And to help me sleep, I had a dual cassette player and I had Peter Gabriel.
Was it in Iowa?
No, it was like a karaoke machine that also had a double cassette player built into it. I don't remember the make.
Yeah.
But I would have my headphones plugged in and I had 2 cassettes that had like 90 minutes, I think, on one side. So I would start one and then when it would stop, the next one would start. It was Peter Gabriel's In Your Eyes, just that song over and over and over again. And I had it on CD. So I recorded it from that CD onto that tape, like legitimately over and over and over. And that's what I would listen to every single night going into bed, because I knew that no matter what time I would wake up, and I always did wake up, I would have that song playing, and it wouldn't be like I was afraid if it was a radio, it would be like somebody talking or something, and it would freak me out. Like that was even back then, and this is before like people were diagnosed with things. I'm still not diagnosed with anything, but I'm sure that I'm on several lists of things. So yes, these are
Several
my
lists.
my top 5 artists for the year, but I promise you, no more than one song each that I just played continuously for weeks and weeks. And if I really like, I know for sure which one it is for the first 4. For the Linkin Park song, I don't know because there are several songs that I listen to, but I know that for Taylor Swift, it's one song in particular. Chapel Roan's one song in particular. Beyonce was one song in particular. And Millennium, I only know one song. So it was definitely that one song um, over and over and over again. And it just, like, it was like, I don't know how to say it. Like a moment of self-awareness where I know that this is just my neurospicy. Like, this was my neurospicy, like being presented to me in a way. And I didn't hate it. Like I didn't feel bad about it. Like it's just like this is just part of who I am, and it kind of made me giggle. Like this is the thing. These were the things that I hyperfixated on. These particular artists and their song. Last year my number one was Usher. So that just tells you.
What song by Usher?
It was Scream.
Scream.
Yeah, if you wanna scream, yeah, that one. Let me know and I'll take you there. And I tell you, this is something that I've done even as a kid. When a song, like for whatever reason, scratches an itch in my brain, I start building a video in my head, like a scene.
I think
Or
we all do that. But Scream?
yeah, yeah.
I like
Yeah.
Superstar way better than
I mean,
Scream.
like he has better songs, admittedly. Like I like
Okay.
this is not one of his best songs for sure. However, for whatever reason last year, that one song
Gotcha.
like hit a specific spot in here and I just could not let it go for weeks.
Okay.
And
fair
that's
enough.
what happened with each of these artists right here. So that's my past. For my present, as you know, I'm not a big horror person, but I am firmly in love with this man and the work that he puts out. This is Mike Flanagan. If you don't know who he does a lot of horror thriller stuff along with his wife, who he puts in all of his shows, and she's an amazing actress. But he's the one that brought us The Fall of the House of Usher, The Haunting of Hill House, The Haunting of Bly Manor, Midnight Mass, The Midnight Club, the Stephen King Shining sequel, Doctor Sleep. He also did the
Yeah.
Ouija board. Mostly the successful ones in those kinds of franchises. That's him. He did the New Pet Cemetery. He's just very talented and prolific. And the amount of detail that he puts in, like just for example, the Fall of the House of Usher is based on the works of Edgar Allan Poe. And the way that he's named characters, named businesses, episode titles, the stories for each of the children that die are all based on works of Edgar Allan Poe. And even the most minute thing that doesn't bear anything on anything, like the name on a license for a security guard, turns out to be a character or somebody that Edgar Allan Poe knew in real life, or the name of his real life wife, and things like that. And like the date of birth on somebody's license was the same birth date as Edgar Allan Poe. So it's just like all of these, his attention to detail and his storytelling is just beautiful. And Stephen King very famously was anti The Shining, Stanley Kubrick's version of it. He hated it. He wanted to completely disassociate with it. And he was very hesitant to allow people to do works of his after that because of his experience in that. And then Mike Flanagan did Doctor Sleep, which is a sequel to The
Mhm.
Shining, and did it so masterfully and helped bring the story back to what was the original ending of The Shining. And I'm trying not to give any spoilers. Made Stephen King not only heavily endorse it and promote it, but also say that it made him fall back in love with a story that he couldn't even read anymore because he was so upset at how that movie was made. And that's with Jack Nicholson starring in it. Like for you to hate something that Jack Nicholson like started, that's pretty deep. And that's outside of Stephen King just being a problematic person. The works that this man is putting out, and I've also put in some pictures from some of his shows with some of the things. Did I send that? I thought I did. Like the quotes. Did I send that?
Quotes? I don't think so.
Did I send you like the things from the film?
Let me take a look.
Let me take a look as well. Please hold. No, I
Please
didn't. 'Cause I'm
hold.
a
Okay.
no. I didn't because I thought maybe that would be too much, but I do want to kind of stick this from this is from Doctor Sleep, which again is the sequel to The Shining, and then the other one is from Midnight Mass.
Excuse me. Which we talked about. We talked about Midnight Mass, I think, on the show before.
I do believe so.
So you don't have to share them, but like in the Doctor Sleep one, the character that plays so Evan McGregor plays the grown-up version of the little boy in The Shining.
Yeah.
And they're talking about religion and their beliefs and stuff. And he's like, our beliefs don't make us better people. Our actions make us better people. And this is just something from the book that he took in, and the way that it's delivered, it's hard for me to express, but there's a bunch of them. And then like the cosmos and its infinite dreams. We are the cosmos dreaming of itself.
Yeah.
And this is how he interweaves the different shows that he does, because these are two different shows, but he interweaves things. And one of the things that he does is, I loved you completely and you did the same, and the rest is just confetti. And lines like that. And I couldn't find the ones that I was looking for, so I just kind of tossed them up there. The way that he writes things and the way that he phrases it makes them so beautiful. And every single story he tells has a deeper meaning. Like The Haunting of Hill House is a story about grief. And each episode and each of the children deals with the stages of grief. And watching it with that kind of purview completely changes the story.
Okay.
And also every time you watch it, there are different things to see, because he has ghosts interspaced in almost every scene. And I think there's like over 100 and some odd ghosts that appear throughout the series. And even someone, and I'm not a big rewatcher, but having rewatched The Haunting of Hill House, I still haven't been able, even knowing where they are, I still can't see them because they're just that good.
The wife
so
and I
if you are not on a Mike Flanagan kick, you really should be, because you are missing out. His stuff, his attention to detail, his respect for the genre, and his treatment of the works that he's putting on TV, on film, are really spectacular. So yeah, Mike Flanagan, I'm all in for him. And now to the future, something that I have been looking forward to for a long time comes out next week. And I am just sick with anticipation. And that is the narrator? Are you kidding me? Aowen is the fucking narrator?
I think she's excited for this. I can't tell.
I don't think so either. I don't think I can tell you.
And one of the writers, one of the writers from the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit film is Philippa Boyens. She co-wrote the screenplays. Very talented woman. Her kids were in the movie. Her son, he played Haleth, the son of Hallam in The Two Towers. And the daughter, Phoebe, played a hobbit. That daughter, Phoebe, is now one of the writers for this.
Ooh.
And so this is supposed to take place think of this as the Rogue One of Lord of the Rings. It's supposed to take place like 200 or more years before the events of Lord of the Rings. And it's from one of the appendages in the book series of the Lord of the Rings. And it tells the story of Helm, one of the kings of Rohan, who Helm's Deep is named after. So they get attacked. He goes to fight a war. And then the daughter, her name is Hera, ends up having to kind of take up the mantle and lead her own battle as well. So I'm really, really, really excited for this. I am not a gatekeeper. I don't want to use gatekeeper. I don't think that's the right word. I think there's so much toxicity in fan bases, and people just want to shit on anything that's coming out. And I am the exact opposite. I'm all in for everything. We have people complaining about the new Doctor Who crying too much. We have people complaining about every single Star Wars thing being too woke or pandering, and all Star Trek, the same thing. Every fandom has this group, this very loud group of people that are just anti anything that's female driven, that's got queer characters, that has any kind of diversity in the cast. I mean, even with the freaking live action How to Train Your Dragon, The people being upset at the young lady that was cast to play Astrid, who does have Norse lineage in her, and it's a fucking book and cartoon about people that ride dragons. Like, why?
Because mermaids can't be black.
But exactly.
And Nada isn't black.
Oh my! And my favorite was, I don't care if she's black. I care
Mhm.
that she doesn't have red hair. Excuse my language, bitch, please. Nobody believes that. Like, miss me with that trifling ass. Well, stop.
Mhm.
Shut up. This is why we can't have anything nice.
My only complaint with the movie is, why are we making it? I have How to Train Your Dragon, that's CG, and it was good.
Well, you
So-
know, the thing to me here is them making a live action How to Train Your Dragon. And this is not, I don't want this to be a complaint because I think it looks great. I'm interested. I'm going to watch it. I don't care if it's a frame by frame of the animated, but I do think that this is a missed opportunity for them to go back to the original source material and make it more like the book. Because the characters that we see, and even like I have to say in the live action Rough Nut and Tough Nut, they cast a plus size girl to play what the I think it's Tough Nut is the female twin and Rough Nut is the boy. I might have that backwards. But they're supposed to be identical twins. Newsflash, they can't be. That's not how identical twins work. They're just fucking fraternal twins. And the direct, which means they can look completely different or very similar, but they're never going to be identical because of their conflicting body parts. But the director says that he cast people based on their chemistry, and these two actors had the best sibling chemistry with each other, and that's why they were cast. But the amount of people who are like, I don't even care about Astrid casting. It's who they cast as it. Like, now you're being fat phobic. You don't want a fat person playing it. And as a fat person, like, fuck you. But anyway, back to the War of the Rohirrim. Super excited to see this. This is an appendage, so they have a lot of license with what they do. We know ultimately where the story ends, just like Rogue One. We know where the story ends, but we don't know all the details going in. So having the opportunity to flesh out more in an animated version, and this is an anime, it's being billed as an anime fantasy film. I'm really excited to see it in this kind of way, to see what they do with the freedom that animation allows them to have, especially in this style. And like the voice cast looks really solid. Again, we have Eowyn as the narrator, and I love that so much because she is a daughter of the Rohirrim. You know, I Am No Man, probably one of the most legendary, and I hope we get a little bit of Faramir in there. Like, better give her man a shout out at some point. I don't know. At the end, maybe they're telling their children the story. Maybe that's how it ends. I don't care. I'm in for it. Like 90 minutes, sign me up. Amen. And I'm done. Thank you so much.
You said it's like we know what happens in Rogue One, and all that popped into my head is at the end of this, we're gonna get a dope ass animated scene of Sauron just doing Sauron Vader type shit.
I'm here for that.
And I'm like,
this is what I was hoping for in The Hobbit, where I thought we were going to get the Necromancer War and not the Battle of Five Armies. I would love to see that. This would fit in there. I mean, they're already kind of playing with the timeline with the Rings of Power. So I'm here for it. I'm here for all of it. And stop being a fucking hater, okay? If you don't like it, maybe it's not for you. Move on.
But I have to let everyone know, so I'm also upset.
No, nobody cares. I promise. Argue with the wall. Reggie Bull.
You gotta follow that. Good luck.
Never seen you so silent before in my life.
10 minutes left. You know what, everybody? Good night.
Are you silent or were you silenced?
Ooh.
The silence was very loud.
Sorry about that.
I agree with everything Kat says. I just want to add on when it comes to the live adaptation of How to Train a Dragon, I believe it is, right? How to Train a Dragon? Whatever. You know, the live action isn't for us. They already made a movie for us, and it was shared with kids, and it's the animated version, you know? And I'm okay with that. You know, and once I realized Beauty and the Beast, Lion King, the prequel to Lion King, The Lion's Father King, whatever it's called. These movies are made to kind of add to an extent a little bit more lore.
It's for a new generation that's growing up with different technology.
Jordy, why are you doing construction in my house? It's past 8 o'clock.
Hey, she's putting in that overtime.
You're not getting paid in any more snacks, okay? So yeah, like these things aren't for us. So as long as we accept that and understand, and I think that's the way Disney goes. So my sharing topics kind of has to deal with movies. I'm just gonna say this wasn't planned. I'm a big horror fan. I think you guys know that. I love horror. I grew up on horror where the WB Friday night movie theater, Saturday night movie theater presentation on Friday and Saturdays used to show, Jason, Friday the 13th, Halloween, Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, and whatever else that they had, even the Blob, if you guys remember that. So, whenever these new movies come out and they're horror filled, I'm all for it. Now, a lot of them do jump scares. A lot of them do cheap jump scares and thrills, if you will. Like Devil by M. Night was amazing, I thought. And it was scary because it was more about, that's the one where there's like 4 people in the elevator. One of them was the devil. And he's kind of like telling you to admit your sins, if you will. That was dope because the psychological horror really hits. And I need to finish the M. Night's The Cabin in the is it The Cabin in the Woods? The Cabin or whatever it is. I need to finish that. That's the one with the other wrestler guy, Dave Bautista, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
I need to finish that one. So anyway, I say all that to say, I just watched Smile 2. I watched Wicked. Wicked was amazing. Go see it. I saw the play. It was amazing. I realized I didn't watch the play as much as I thought I did. Popular. I want to be popular. Man, it's amazing. And I told you I was excited for this from once they started showing them the trailers, I think back in August. It was everything you want. Do yourself a favor. Unless you live in the boondocks, plan ahead. Buy tickets for like a week out because they sell out pretty freaking quick. Pretty dope. There's a part 2, so be prepared for that. I watched Smile 2. Smile 2 is about a trauma demon. So a lot of people are kind of working on the psychological horror again. It Follows was an STD demon that kills you and you have until whatever amount of days to pass it on and it'll leave you alone. Yes. So if you and whoever you are and I were to have sex and I have this STD demon, let's say I had 7 days, if I pass it to you, then you have 7 days to pass it to somebody else and then you'll die. And I think if you do die, it comes back to me or whatever. It goes down the list. But the whole point is people keep passing it on. Smile is all about this trauma demon where literally it takes possession over you, right? And it makes it think that none of this is on this list, 100%. We'll do it live. What happens is you get infected by it, and then it starts making you question reality because you don't know what's true and what's not up until like a certain point that is done feeding on your trauma. And then what happens is to spread, it will kill you in front of somebody else. And the trauma, yes. So let's say I'm talking to Reginald, I start smiling crazy, and then it takes over me and it makes me kill myself in front of him. If Reggie watches me kill myself in front of him, he gets the demon. And then it begins the cycle again. It takes over his mind. He doesn't know what's real. He feeds on the trauma. He starts seeing people who smile like very evilly towards him. And it's crazy. So Smile 1, the first one was pretty good, but low budget. Smile 2, better budget, better story. All I'm going to say is I look forward, if there is a 3, to what happens next. Because a lot of times with horror villains, they're isolated. You know what I'm saying? Very few villains make it so that the world knows about it. Jason, I think, is an exception. At one point, he had the FBI gun him down in the forest in the beginning, and then he took his brain, and the guy ate his brain and became Jason, whatever. He came to Manhattan at one point. Yeah, the Black Doctor, he had the brain. He's like, I was like, what are you doing, bro? Michael Myers, I think he was a local threat, if I'm not mistaken. That's the most. Freddy Krueger was a local threat, and I'm just going off the classic villains. So I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, so keep that in mind. Watch Smile 2 if you're not scared of the heart. Watch Devil if you want a really good psychological thriller. Watch Wicked because it's freaking amazing. Popular. It's a musical, so expect the songs. I want to be popular. Ariana Grande did her thing. All right, let's go to my list because I only got like 4 minutes and 28 seconds. That wasn't on your list.
Reggie.
So the first thing is I decided to talk about the trailers. All right, we cannot play, especially with sound, even without sound Thunderbolts. But the fact that we got the big bad as the Sentry, let me tell you something.
His name
The
is Bob.
Sentry, the Sentry is another facet of Superman, right? It's one of the Marvel versions of Superman, and that man is powerful. How powerful is he? Remember World War Hulk? He's the only one to stalemate World War Hulk, meaning they both were so tired from fighting each other that they both reverted back to their human form, and that was it. So more than likely, if Bruce Banner rested and fought him, he probably would beat the Sentry because, you know, the Hulk evolved stronger, but it still would be a hard fight. The only person that could kill the whole universe and the Hulk is what was the negative thing that's called the Sentry? There's a evil part of him. I forgot what it's called. Yes.
The entity. It's just called the entity.
Is it called the entity?
I think so.
Whatever. The black lagoon monster that lives inside him. That could kill the whole universe. Okay. So Hulk is generally afraid of the Sentry. He likes the Sentry as a friend, but he's afraid of the other dark past. So
I'm sorry, the Void.
The Void. There you
Void.
go. The Void. So the black entity lagoon monster sounds so much better though. Listen, all these characters right now I like in the Marvel universe. The Black Widow, we know she's funny. We're still waiting for her and Hawkeye, the female, I forgot her name, to kind of do a buddy cop series. Yes, Kate Bishop. Yo, they would make a great series if it's written well. You know,
like Cagney and Lacey.
Yeah.
Yes. I think we're aging ourselves by talking about Cagney and Lacey, though.
The Red Guardian, dope. Bucky, listen, he redeemed himself, and I think he's going to be in the new movie when I'm going to talk about the U.S. agent in the back, and I forgot who that girl is in the back.
That is Ghost.
Oh, from the Wasp?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. And the Wasp too, whatever. Yeah, so I'm looking forward for them getting better roles and just a new lease on life. Marvel seems to have taken, quote unquote, a year off and like really said, you know what? We are messing up. We need to do some things. You with the big brain, you get to write the script. You help them. You know what I'm saying? And I'm really looking forward to that. Thunderbolts trailer looks amazing. I don't want to watch anymore. So far, the trailer is giving me 8 out of 10. Let's go to the next one, please. The next trailer. So, of course, I stopped watching the trailers. I think I watched 2 trailers and that was it. The reason why is because I just wanted more clarification on certain characters that are going to be there. I still maintain if we get 4 Captain Americas, you got Sam, you got the original Cap, hell, throw the U.S. agent, Bucky, or forget the U.S. agent, forget him, he's in Thunderbolts. We get the first original, yeah, the original Black Isaiah.
I don't think he's excited for this movie or what could be in it.
So.
If that
I
happens,
think he's about as excited as I was for the Rohirrim, which was barely.
It's just I'm not feeling it. It's okay.
If it's on, maybe I'll watch.
If this happens, I'm going to video call you all immediately when I get out. And I said, I told you. I'm not going to tell you what happened in the movie. I told you it happened. I'm going to be so excited. I'm also looking forward to Sam to just really thriving as Captain America. He finally got his movie, right? This is his movie, right? This is his first movie. This is his first only movie, right?
Yeah, he is the
star. He had a TV show and now he got the movie.
So, you know, he was bragging to Tom, you know, like I got my own TV show, and Tom was like, I got movies, and now he has his movie. So I really hope this does well. I also look forward to what it does to the Marvel landscape. You know, the girl who was originally in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Viper or whatever her name is, she's the one that brought together. I forgot her name. This doesn't matter. I mean, she's important, but it doesn't matter.
It's about Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So she got together the people in Thunderbolts. But she was in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And then we have this. So I'm looking forward to all kind of come around and be like, Hydra's still around? Like, what's going on? Tell me, baby. I'm really excited for this movie. I'm really hoping it pays off. And I'm really hoping that my prediction comes. Listen, my off the wall predictions have been pretty consistent. I made a prediction years ago that villain movies are the new hero movie. Are it. And look where we're at, baby. It's slowly happening, but it's happening. It's super profitable. I think I have one more. I forget.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, let's move on because we're running out of time. What If season 3?
It's gonna wrap it all up and bring it all together.
Yes, and they're saying it's gonna end everything. So hopefully we do get another What If season 4, especially if the season 3 is really good later down the line. But so far, these seasons of What If have been hitting. In fact, it's because of season 1 we got the female Captain America. Was it Peggy? Was it
Peggy Carter?
Peggy Carter. Yo, amazing! We got a live adaptation of it too. It was dope. You know me, I rally behind my female superheroes all the time. So this is dope. I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to a lot of different things happening within the cinematic universe. I'm really looking forward to Marvel getting their stuff together. I didn't put this down, but I think I put a picture. Did I send a picture to you? Do you see the picture? I know a lot of people are excited for Arrowverse. I could care less, but I will recognize greatness for what it did and how it kind of set the standard and the bar for DC shows going forward. Don't talk to me about the graphics because I got no words for you, okay? Especially when it comes to Flash. I got nothing, all right? I got nothing. Listen, even She-Hulk was better than whichever show you want to bring up, okay? Whichever show. But this did really a lot. They finally said goodbye to everything. They're shutting everything down if they haven't already. I have to catch up on Lois and Clark. Is it Lois and Clark or Clark and Lois? Whatever. Yeah, one of them. I heard it was really good. It's really about Lois and Clark, who's Superman, going back to Smallville and raising their sons and, you know, still being part-time hero, not even full-time, part-time heroes, whatever. I heard that was good. I'm not interested in Supergirl because no, I'm not interested in the Flash, Green Arrow. Everybody else I'm not really interested in, but I have to recognize that this was good. This was a good staple. This was a good base. I have nothing but great hope and mild frustration for DC Comics when it comes to series. So I really hope.
Same.
So I really hope they really show their butts and they really give us a really good series / movies coming out for the next couple of years and seasons. And with that, I want to wrap it up. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Once again, there's some really great shows out there. Reggie talked about anime. There's some really good animes. Dan, you know, if you're against sexual innuendos and such, I totally understand. Just remember, we have something called Demon Slayer coming out. It's not sexually charged, but the gore is about to be crazy. And it's one of the most watched animes of all time as far as budget goes. Did
you see the end of season 2? I'm sorry, that costs a lot of money.
Let's say we had 3 seasons. They're all done in arcs, right? But let's say we had 3 seasons. I think every episode has been like $1 million plus in animation costs. I could be wrong, but then they had a nerve to give us a movie. They had a couple of like 2 movies in arcs. You still eating, baby? I love that for you. So you know we have that coming out. Hopefully, I think next year. Oh, he's looking up things. When it comes to anime, you know, find your niche. When it comes to scary movies, find your niche. Stop being upset or stop entertaining people who are upset for no freaking reason at movies and whatnot, unless it's Star Wars. I think we can all come together and boo Star Wars with tomatoes until they prove us otherwise. Rogue One will take out of the mixture.
Fun fact. It's not that much. It's the cheapest one of all the ones that are out currently.
Which one? Demon Slayer?
Yeah, Demon Slayer's $80K per episode.
Oh, shoot.
And then we got One Piece at $90. Shippuden was $100K per episode. MHA was $110. JoJo was $120.
Have you seen the graphics on this thing?
I have. I don't know.
Somebody
a lot of money for $80K.
Yeah, I'm just saying they cooking the books. We spent $80K. Wink. These taxes ain't gonna file themselves, baby.
Right. The most expensive one was Dragon Ball Super at $170.
I got nothing nice to say about Dragon Ball Z, and I'm trying to end on a positive note. So we're gonna move forward. Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Z, all of them. Shout out RIP to Akira Toriyama. You did such a great job, and these people. Anyway, so with that being said, I do want to do our usual. One great thing about this week that happened, big shout out to my boy Danny Ocean who started this, and I'm continuing to keeping the tradition alive. Kat, who would you like to go first? Because you are the host.
I would like Reggie to go first.
Yay,
He
Reginald.
always picks me to go first, but that's okay. I'm all right with that. I am excited for my wife getting a new opportunity. She's going to learn how to be a streamer, and she's currently working with people to teach her how to do that. And you may or may not see her streaming somewhere on here or on another network.
Yay. She's gonna be cursing up a storm. I love it.
Yes, she is. Oh,
Goddamn Roblox.
If you didn't hear her just now, she just yelled at the game because I'm sure she either died to an enemy or was running from them.
You goddamn Roblox.
We're both.
Or or both. Yeah, we're back in the Valheim, so yeah.
Okay.
Mayhem.
I'm sorry, I just thought about me and Valheim.
Stop touching everything, man. Put your clothes on.
What am I really excited about for this year? First of all, it's my first parent-teacher conference with my daughter. I'm looking forward to getting up in the teacher's face and be like, "What do you mean my daughter isn't this?" No, I'm really excited to be a parent and have one of these moments. I'm actually super excited because I got a new tablet, the S Tab 10 Ultra. It's really big. How big? I'm so glad you asked. Hold on.
How big is it?
You know, men like to show off their toys. Look at it. It's a miniature.
That's a monitor for a freaking laptop, sir. That's as big as the monitor that I'm looking at right now.
Yes. Oh, Ray Nicholson is in Smile too, by the way. That's Jack Nicholson's son. Great face, by the way. Does a great face. Anyway, yes. See this? 14.6-inch screen. It's like the Creative Zen player for MP3s, but for laptops.
The fact that you know Creative Zen.
I had one.
My heart. You
Creative
too.
Zen at ZenW. So, why did I get this? I'm so glad you asked. Well, I had an iPad, a mini iPad 2 from 2017. I had S Tab 3, which had low.
Oops. Actually, I think he did that to himself because he's gone.
All right. So for me, I'm gonna like kind of steal a page from his book. I am very, very blessed to have a really great relationship with my offspring, and the time we spend together, like we genuinely like spending time together and doing things together. And I love how they're always in my room and how they're constantly stealing my clothes, because I know that some people don't have those kind of relationships with their family. And I'm very blessed in that. I don't know if Mayhem is going to be coming back, but let's wrap this up because we are way over time. Thank
Just
you,
a little
everyone
bit.
that joined with us, even if it was just for a few minutes. We really appreciate you. I hope that this next week is full of all the things that make you happy. And we'll see you soon. So good night to Mayhem, wherever he may be, to Reggie, and everyone else. Thank you for joining the 4-Letter Nerd, a Hyro Geek X Unlimited, whatever.
Something or another, yeah. Thank you, everyone.
And we'll see you soon.
Bye.